Hello Amazon seller, my name is Nafis Ahmed. Today I come up with another interesting video on Manage Your Experiment. In this video I will cover what basically this tool is, what the different type of listing content you can experiment, the eligibility criteria, and in the last I will show you how to set up this experiment. So now let's first talk about what Manage Your Experiment is. So Manage Your Experiment tool basically allow you to create the A/B test, also known as the split test, on your brand listing. It basically allows you to compare the two different versions of content against each other, so that once the experiment finish, you can view their performance and publish the winning content. So now the question arises that Amazon show which version of the content to which customer. During the experiment, Amazon create the two group of pupils. Group 1 see the version A of A content, while the other see the different versions of the content, which means that your both of the content showing at the same time, but to the different group of people. Now, what type of different listing content you can experiment? So you can test the product title, the bullet point, main image. You can also test the product description, A+ content, and now Amazon also allow you to test the brand story as well. But regarding the A+ content, you have to make sure that your both versions of the A+ content should be published. Now, if we talk about the eligibility criteria, so all the brand owner, or we can say the ones that own the brands, can create this experiment, but your ASIN should also be eligible for the experiment. Now let's jump to the screen in which I will show you how to set up this experiment. So currently I'm in Amazon Seller Centrals. From the top left 3-bar menu, you have to click on the brand, and under the brand you have to click on the Manage Experiment. It will redirect to the Manage Your Experiment page. So from here you actually have to click on the Create a New Experiment. It will open the drop-down list in which you can actually see all the different listing content types on which you can actually run the experiment. A+ content, bullet points, product images, description, titles. Wow. The interesting feature, simultaneous. This is one of the recently a feature that Amazon actually launched. So like in all the other types, you can actually test one type, that is as you see by name, but in this type you can actually test the multiple types in a same experiment, in one experiment. So let's try this one. So once you click on any one of the options, this window is appear, in which you actually have to check either your ASIN is eligible or not. If any of your ASIN is not eligible, it means that there is no traffic on that ASIN. So to make that ASIN eligible, there are multiple things that you can actually do. If there is no A+ content on that listing, you can actually add the A+ content, and if you run not only the PPC on that, then you can actually run the PPC. So with the help of these things, you can actually increase the traffic on that listing, and that listing become eligible. So let me check my ASIN if that ASIN is eligible or not. So you can actually search it here. So if your ASIN is eligible, you see the green tick, you have to select on the select reference button. So this windows appear. Like in the simultaneous experiment, you can actually have the option to run your test on the 3 different types, like titles, product images, and bullet point. But it's up to you. Either you want to run this experiment on just 2 types, 1 type, or on all 3 types. In my case, I just want to test on 2 types. So let's select these 2. So version A automatically picked by the Amazon through your current listing. The version B, the ones you want to test. So let me quickly copy and paste the data here. So I just quickly added the data here, like the version B title and the bullet point as well. So now I also want to show you some of the settings. This option view settings are by default disabled. You have to enable this. So you have to enter the name, whatever you want. Like in my case, I just want to add bullet point.
The next thing is hypothesis. This is the optional thing. I mean, you can add any statement here, in which you can just mention that what actually you want to test thing, like if you want to test any of the keywords. So this is like the option thing. If you want to add, you can add it here. In my case, I do not want to add here. The second thing is this is like the automatically be enabled. Like the start date, it's automatically picked by the this tool. What the early possible date to start this experiment. The other thing that I also want like we need to be checked, that is the set durations. By default means this option is not selected, so you have to select this one, and I prefer that we actually have to set the 4 week. This is the minimum duration that we can actually set for the experiment. So I think 4 week is quite enough time to test any the experiment. So I just want to select the 4 week here, and we also like keep this thing enabled, start my experiment sooner if possible. The other thing is automatically publish the winning version. I also prefer that we also like keep this thing enabled, definitely, because the main purpose is like if a version B is better, so we want to publish that content. So it means automatically publish if like if our version B is like this 6% better than the version A. But if you like want to first check your stat before publishing the winning version, so you just actually keep this disabled. So these are some of the settings that you actually have to check before running experiments. So now all the things are set, and I just hit to schedule experiment, and your experiment is scheduled. So now this is the screen in which one of the experiment that I previously started that actually completed. So I just actually want to show that if once your experiment actually finished, what the different factor that basically Amazon test during the experiment. So these are the different metrics, like the unit per unique visitor, conversion rate, your units sold, sales, all these like different metrics that actually Amazon check during your experiment. So like in this case, like this 70% probability that the version B will be better. So these are like you can say the result of one of your finished experiment. So that's all for today's video. If you have any question regarding this video, please ask us in the comment section. We will answer all your queries. Thank you and have a good day.